Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Paulo and today we're going to be talking about working abroad. So on the back of a few webinars and workshops that I gave on the last couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I received some questions that were actually common across the different webinars and workshops, one of which was working abroad. What is it that you should consider? Is it worth it? What is it that I need to take into consideration? Is it going to be tough, easy? Meaning all different types of questions around the same topic. So today I'm going to be drilling on that. So I'm going to give you the top 5 things that you should consider, while thinking on working abroad. And I will give you my personal take, So I've been working across 5 different countries, and I'm going to give you my advice and 5 things that you should consider prior on taking that decision on actually moving across and working abroad. So today we're going to be starting with the Netherlands, So stick around. So let's start then with the Netherlands, and looking at the first reason, the ease of traveling across Europe, So why is it that I'm actually saying this? So I'm going to give you some pointers around this, Imagine that you want to travel to the UK, Amsterdam, London is roughly 1 hour. Imagine that you want to go to Lisbon, 2 hours and a half, Barcelona, roughly the same. So it's quite easy in terms of flying, Also, you need to take into consideration that Schiphol Airport, is one of the top airports, not just in Europe, but actually across the world, Works very well. Everything is quite easy to access and everyone actually speaks English, so it's going to be quite easy for you, but we're going to take that into consideration as well on one of the 5 reasons that you should consider, So the other reason why within this easy of traveling is also the fact that the Netherlands is actually in the middle, let's say, of Europe, quite well located, so it's quite easy for you to travel, for instance, to Luxembourg, to Germany, to Belgium, Denmark even, quite easy for you to actually have access through, or even to the Netherlands via boat if you want to, or a car, or even plane, so quite easy. And then the other point that you should actually consider is in terms of transportation, The Netherlands is very well connected, has top motorways, most likely one of the best in the whole world, I would say. But the part of that, the connection around train, it's very easy. So I used to live in the Netherlands in 3 different countries, in 3 different cities. Mostly the Den Haag, but also Amsterdam and Rotterdam. So I used to travel between Rotterdam and Amsterdam quite a lot, on a daily basis, and it takes roughly 45 to 50 minutes actually to go from Rotterdam to Amsterdam. It's roughly 100 kilometers away, But even if you go beyond just the Randstad and you consider actually looking beyond that, it's also very well connected, So quite easy to go around without actually having the need to have a car, So that's one of the top 5 reasons why I consider that the Netherlands is one of the top countries to actually to go and live and work, So stick around for the second reason. So the second reason, why is it that I consider the Netherlands one of the countries that you should actually look at in terms of working abroad, So the other reason is work-life balance, I would say that is without a question one of the countries that you're going to get the best possible work-life balance. Why? Because it's embedded within the society, the community. Everyone is looking into that, it's great for families. Everyone will respect your private life, There is one thing that they dear, it's efficiency, so it's take into consideration that you should be able to actually to leave your work at 5, Therefore, it's like it's part of the norm, You should not consider yourself anything less if you actually are living at 5. Actually, on the opposite, you should consider yourself that you are actually highly efficient. Therefore, you can and you should go home and look to your family, Aside from that, the other thing that I would also consider as part of the work-life balance is this possibility of actually working from home. It's not just around COVID, it's actually prior to that was part of the norm, okay? And also on top of that, what I would consider as being quite interesting is the fact that you can actually work 3 to 4 days a week, okay? This is also quite normal, let's put it like that. I would say that roughly 25% of the population in the Netherlands work 4 days, 3 days a week, okay? And the reason for that is that you should actually try to find a balance between your private life and your personal life. So work-life balance is without a question one of the top reasons why you should consider living there, okay, in the Netherlands. Stick around for the third one, okay? So let's talk about then the third reason. Why should you actually consider? So the third reason is actually the easiness, let's say between brackets, of settling down. Okay, why is this important? Why? I will tell you. So to start from, the language in itself, it's not a barrier, so you can actually speak English, okay? If you actually learn Dutch, of course, you're gonna be even and in a better situation, but the language per se, it's not a barrier, okay? Aside from that, the other thing that actually allows for you to actually settle really easy and fast is the fact that Dutch are very direct, okay? The fact that they are very direct and very clear, it actually helps you out on understanding their way of thinking, okay, and their cultural mindset. The other thing that also it's interesting for you to know is the fact that they are quite open-minded, okay, very rule-based, but also at the same point very open, okay? It's easy for you to actually to get access, to raise questions, to ask, okay? It's easy as well. The other thing that you can actually take into consideration is the fact that you can actually just get a job in English, okay? You actually don't need to talk Dutch. Okay, aside from that, even if you have a family, you can easily enough get a kindergarten that actually accept children only in English as well. So those are some of the reasons why I consider that the easy of settle, it's so important. It's actually one of the top 5 reasons why I consider that going to the Netherlands could be actually your next step. Okay, so stick around for the fourth one, okay? So the fourth reason, okay, English rules, okay? So this is important. Why is it important? Because Dutch is quite difficult. Is it impossible? It's not impossible. You can actually learn Dutch, okay? And the best way actually to learn Dutch is actually for you to be part of the community, have a Dutch girlfriend or a Dutch boyfriend, okay? That will facilitate things a lot, I would say, okay? Aside from that, what is it that you can actually consider while looking at this reason? You're gonna find that universities actually teach in English, okay? You're gonna find jobs in English, okay? Which is good because then it facilitates the fact that you are just landing in the country and you'll take your time actually to learn Dutch, okay? So that is also important. The other thing is that you're going to consider, and you're going to take that into consideration for sure, okay? But while landing in the Netherlands, you're going to easily understand that actually Dutch people actually speak very top kind of English, let's put it like that. So they always score in the highest ranking possible in the English speaking for non-natives, okay? And that is also important because then if you are on your daily life and you need a help from someone, it will not be so difficult for you to actually to make yourself understand and ask whatever you are looking for, okay? So that is the reason why I consider that this is so important if you are looking to actually to move across to the Netherlands, okay? So stick around for the fifth one. So the last and the fifth reason for you to consider actually to move to the Netherlands straight away, okay? So it's around the job market, okay? So the job market is quite powerful, okay? And I'm gonna give you three reasons, okay, that's gonna prove exactly that point, okay? So reason number one is around the unemployment rate, okay? It's quite low. It's roughly 3% year on year. I remember that when I was there like 10 years ago, it was 3%, okay? And right now it's roughly 2.8%, okay? So rounded 3%, okay? So What does that translate into? It's almost like saying that you will get a job unless you don't want to get a job, okay? But essentially it translates into that you're gonna get a job, okay? So then the second point that I would actually underline is around the 30% ruling, okay? Why is this so important, okay? So the 30% ruling says that you're gonna have an exemption of your taxes around 30%, okay, for the next 5 years, okay? What is it that you need to take into consideration for you to actually to be eligible to this, okay? You need to look at two different things, okay? So one, you need to be within a range, okay, a bracket, a salary bracket that is roughly 40K, okay? The other point that you need to take into consideration is that although you are not within that bracket, okay, you are actually doing a research or a PhD, okay? So those are some of the things that you need to take into consideration. But there are more, okay? So you need to be coming from more than 150 kilometers away. You cannot have been working in the Netherlands in the last 2 years or so, okay? So I'll drop everything on the comments below. Feel free to check it out. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just give me a shout, okay? I'm happy to help. Then the third reason why you should actually consider look at the job market as well is around the amount of international companies, okay? So there are loads, okay? You're gonna have global and European companies with HQs there, okay? I'm gonna give you some examples, okay? And I'm guessing actually that after the Brexit, okay, more and more companies actually came to the Netherlands, okay? Some examples of which is, for instance, Airbus, it's Nike, Reebok. Those are some of the companies that you're gonna come across there, Canon Europe as well. Some of the companies that you're gonna come across that have really a powerful presence, okay, and are of international level. Another one that I just remember, Shell, Unilever. You're gonna find loads and loads of companies that of course allows you to actually to be more into the point of what is it that I want to have in terms of a career, okay, and therefore you're gonna have more choice, okay? So those are some of the reasons why you should consider, okay? And next, and to close, the bonus track. And that's it, guys. Okay, so hopefully this session was interesting for you. So I'm gonna give you then the bonus track, and it's the following. Okay, if you subscribe to my channel, I'll give you 15 minutes free advice on what is it that you should consider in terms of working abroad. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions around that. Okay, subscribe to my channel and join me on this journey. Okay, take care, peace.